Back to this side quest. Back to Imagine Provide. Oh, hotel guests are dying.
Why would anybody bring raptidons up here? Don't this hotel have a policy on animals?
Okay. Persuade.
We'll need to find another way in, I suspect.
Here we go. Evan, remember cars tonight. If you didn't show, I said a raptidon was in here with you. I'm kidding, but don't forget you're here. I need help knocking Bea down. I'll wrong her too. She had me writing field reports for her all week. Okay. Let's see, these hotel guests are getting offed one by one. 3. Yes, sir. 110. Okay. 91. 89. Plug employee schedule under crew purple gray orchards and connector complex. Okay, so I come back there again. Yeah, I'm dead. 2 bits.
Reminder, waspitos are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial.
Yes, sir. And oblivion below, depth and coldness, like atmosphere above. This part is habitable.
Hardline discrepancy detected nearby.
Reminder, waspitos are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial.
Let me see. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Wow, he's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
Evan. Place my lace is moral bankruptcy.
What floor?
Different colonial. Wait, I am going here. Halcyon, Helen resist the brain eaters. Basement.
What floor? Oh, so what? Oh, so.
If you have...
Let's go to Evan to remain to the lower level of the Grand Colonial.
The Grand Colonial. How may I be?
Here we go. basement looks terrible. Damn, boy.
Get it?
Can't imagine what it must be like. Living down here like sprats in a wall.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Incoming!
Nothing like a good tussle.
Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8 meter radius of this locked door. The structural anomaly is not present in the design of the door. Please direct your attention to this nearby floor panel.
Don't mess with us.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms he is dead.
Oh boy. No kidding. The man had a giant slug crawling on him.
Per additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma.
Head trauma. You tell me he wasn't killed by giant murder slugs?
That is correct. Evan was not killed by Iridanium gigaseus. However, Iridanium gigaseus do appear to be responsible for the early decomposition of this body's surface tissue.
I see. Okay then. So what did kill him?
Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground. Respiratory analysis concludes Evan was not intoxicated at time of death. There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector.
Just Aaron might have been a little brawling.
Analysis concludes this blood is human, type A. Medical records indicate Evan O'Connell's blood is type O.
Then money Amelia is type A.
Medical records indicate Amelia Stillwell's blood is indeed type A. Great work, Inspector.
They started to Miss Still. So we talked to Miss Stillwell. Like, okay, you obnoxious mechanical bootlicker. I'm doing great at this Inspector thing.
If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty at the pilot house checkpoint.
Okay then.
You, hear about the murder?
Halcyon, Helen dead.
Smile, damn you!
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something?
Need you to ask you some question regarding your coworker Evan O'Connell.
Sure. He in trouble or something?
I'm afraid he's dead. Depends. Can you be truly if you're not alive anymore? Yes, stolen corporate property is strictly prohibited.
Is this a joke? You're telling me Evan's dead and that's your concern? What is wrong with you?
Sorry, I've seen a lot of Batman now. It gets to you. I'm Inspector local facts, plain and simple. Now, what do you know about Evan?
I know he got drunk on the job, and I took him back to the hotel to sleep it off. Left him on one of the beds in A2. He seemed fine.
Come on. I have more to the story. Bullshit, you killed him, didn't you?
No! Why the hell would you even think that?
Because that's the blood I found. You're type A, right?
Well, shit. You really are an inspector, aren't you? I walked Evan to A2, like I said, and then, out of nowhere, he just came at me. One minute he's laughing and yelling about sharing his joy, and the next, he's choking the life out of me. Grinned the whole time he was trying to kill me, too.
None of y'all see the thing on the people's necks?
Dumb luck, I guess. I got a good hit in, threw him off, and ran like hell. If I'd known the fall killed him, I don't know. I should have told someone.
Nothing.
What do you want to...
I didn't tell anyone Evan attacked you.
Because Evan would never attack anyone. I barely believe he attacked me, and I was there. Guess it shook me up pretty good. Evan's always been a total sweetheart. I don't get it. I can't help you there. Have you been to Purpleberry Orchards, Inspector? Awfully... Well, think it over. Law, this is making less and... I didn't actually see him drink, if that's what you're asking. Just see... Wow,
he was happy.
You're pretty good at this Inspector thing. I don't know. The whole thing shook me up something fierce, but I'm still here. I'm upset. Angry at Evan. Sad about him being... You know, I'm not much for math, so I couldn't tell you how that averages out. So...
Do you?
But I killed him. It's my fault he died.
He attacked you without warning. Whatever the reason, that wasn't your fault. You acted in self-defense. The death was an accident. Are you trying to get me to accuse you of murder?
I guess so. Doesn't make me feel much better about it, though. I just wish I could understand why he did what he did. Evan is... He was my friend. Or I thought he was. I don't know. I hope you're able to make more sense of this than I can, Inspector.
Okay, then. Replace malice is more bankruptcy.
Inspector, you find my missing man?
I found O'Connell. He's dead.
Shit, that's fucking inconvenient. What happened?
He attacked me with steel weapon and killed him in self-defense.
No shit. I gotta tell you, Evan's never been written up for so much as an impolite look. He attacked her? You sure?
I'm satisfied she's telling the truth.
Damn. Okay.
What happened was tragic, but not a crime. Also, Evan was covered in slugs when I found him.
That's unusual, but I don't see how that factors in.
Good. The fact that's what I found. You need to pay attention to find out.
Good for you. That's a nice go-getter attitude you got there. I hope you... I gotta figure out who the fuck's replacing Evan. A new day, a new pain in my ass.
Affecting my sight.
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
Go over here to this island and see what's up. Beautiful. Eridanios.
It's real pretty up here. Almost like they cut out a piece of Terra 2 and brought it up to the sky.
Worst over there. Maybe they did cut a piece out of Terra to bring it over here. I wouldn't put it past these people. God damn, brother. Two from there, there. Big piece of land. Big piece of bombs that just fall apart, like stuck together. Smash it. There's nothing under the dirt. God. It's far. Ultra danger. Got his arm ripped off. Damn. Right there. Let's go. Exploitation wilderness preserve.
We heading inside, Captain? Don't worry. I got your back.
Can't believe we gotta deal with marauders on Eridanos.
Holy cow.
Excuse me, Gunther. I need to ask you something.
Who in the hell is Gunter? I told you to call me Hunter. Come on.
Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here? Might have been wearing my hat.
I can't say I have. I can sell you a new hat if you want. Or some fine, legally obtained hunting supplies. You could go get that mechanical thief yourself.
She's not a thief. She's lost. I just want her back.
Up, Mildred.
Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your
seem to have
business,
anything on your
but
neck.
have you seen a stray mechanical wandering
You're
about?
not too bad. I don't think I have, sorry.
Oh, that's not good. I hope she hasn't gotten herself into any trouble.
Just hunting wildlife, you're hunting mechanical, it doesn't seem pretty profiling.
Oh, I ain't no hunter. At least not in the traditional sense. Wrenches always suited me better than firearms.
You like
A
robotic.
mechanical under my care up and wandered off, that's all. I gotta get her back before anyone notices that either of us are missing. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself. But like my machine, I'm not combat inclined.
We can help her out, right? Won't take too long if we're on the job.
I know it's a pain, but I think I need some outside help. Job or no job.
What kind of mechanical did you lose?
Betty's just your standard tripod mechanical. Though she probably is still wearing my hat.
I'm new to the column.
Without
I
it,
just
she
woke
seems
up.
kind of
I have no clue what
naked.
that is.
Her main purpose is cacao milking, but the only cacaos in the reserve are close. Without a directive, she shouldn't have had reason to wander away from the milking area.
Like those boat buckets need a reason to do anything. It's probably searching the world for more things to milk.
Wouldn't make any sense. Ain't no cacaos out there. Betty's smarter than that.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her.
Ask little
Being unemployed, I
milk
mean.
mech.
Be lonely being unemployed. If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines.
Okay. Quick save.
Okay, gone quiet.
Greetings, potential customer. Please do not interrupt MilkMech during milking cycle.
And then milk. Milk 275. You still need you to return for a tune-up.
Negative. This unit must finish its assigned duties prior to any unscheduled maintenance. Is there anything else this unit?
Hey, provider, can you take a look at this thing?
Yeah, I see the problem. Now hold tight. This won't hurt a bit.
Alert! Alert! Non-slug representative did...
That's odd. Somebody put you on this patrol route. Whoever it was forgot to define your target parameters. That's why you got confused.
Milking parameters still malfunctioning. Returning to designated slug technician.
Good fight.
Hey, I almost can't believe it. Betty found her way back. Here I was thinking I'd never see her again.
Damnest thing, it seems your mechanical patrol parameters are intentionally wrong.
Where are they now? Well, that must have been my doing, though I assure you it was accidental.
Betty told me everything.
Huh. I guess I should have expected that she might be a little too open. I guess it must seem like I sent you on a wild canid chase for nothing, but there's an explanation. As it so happens, I might have had a little more to do with Betty's wandering than I let on. See, the old girl's initial programming just don't cut it. She's supposed to sit there and milk cacaos day in, day out, but Slug doesn't have many cacaos. So what happens when the cacaos die or get made into meat pies? That's right. Betty'd be scrapped.
That seems presumptuous. Slug could just reprogram her.
Slug doesn't really do reprogramming. Hell of a lot easier to buy or steal a new mechanical than to tinker with an outdated, useless one. So I'm making her more versatile. I modify her patrol parameters and send her out. Never far, mind you. Each time she returns, I iterate upon her prior parameter. My hope is that if the dairy gets shuttered, she'll be able to be retrofitted as a guard mechanical. Assuming she doesn't get lost, like she did today. I've been looking after Betty since I started out on the reserve. The other workers were never all that friendly, and only got worse over time. Blame the murderous workplace. Much as it might sound strange to say it, she's just about my only friend.
The machine, you're projecting feelings onto it. It doesn't care about you. Just because it's not flesh and blood doesn't mean you can't care for it.
Aw, Captain. You got a real kind heart.
I suppose
Thank you,
everyone
Parvati.
forms bonds in different ways. Now, let me take a quick look at her, then we can get on to your payment. Oh, it looks like you went in and reset her parameters. Thanks a ton for doing that. Should get me back to work all the faster. Between saving Betty and sorting her out, you've sure done me, and by extension Slug, a service. I've got bits and spare parts with your name on them.
Try to keep an eye on
Oh, I won't be turning my back on Betty again, believe me. Thanks again for all your help. You really saved us both from the...
Thank you. Candy Canyons. You're not shooting.
If this is a cult, who am I kidding? It's a cult. Hold your judgment until you meet them. Some of my best friends were from Graham's camp.
Victoria Foxworth.
About time somebody came the hell back. I notice you're not spattered in blood, which doesn't bode particularly well. For you. I hope you're not about to tell me you lost your nerve.
It's alright, man. We're not lost in the headspace. Remember what I'm doing again.
You better not mean to tell me you've lost your contract. I swear, if you think I'm just gonna... Wait, I don't recognize your voice. You... Pardon my tomfoolery, stranger. I see I've mistaken you for someone else. Victoria Foxworth, Rizzo's executive clerical actuator. Pleased to meet you. Might I ask what brings you to the reserve?
I'm investigating a murder. The trails brought me here.
A professional, I see. I don't know anything about any murder, but you might be just who I'm looking for.
I hope not. Go on.
As you may be aware, Slug currently owns the reserve, but it rightfully belongs to Rizzo's. There's an ex-Rizzo's employee currently in possession of the land grant for the entire complex. Insult to injury from Slug. And evidence that this complex is rightfully ours. This particular individual is up there in years. His mind is failing. Leaving the land grant to him is like leaving it in the trash. I would like you to retrieve it.
Pity I'm in.
Solve the situation however you like, so long as you bring me the land grant. The target in question lives out in the...
Hello! Welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Stay positive, and soon all your humors will be balanced. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aaliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman.
I do for you. Yeah, but the retreat.
If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. We have all the amenities and practices for calming the ill humors strangling your potential. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out. Or stand amidst burning coals and feel your productive inhibitions burn away. And remember, think positive.
You know the Prophet well.
Of course. I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart, and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purge. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open my own branch of the retreat someday soon. Of course, I've been waiting on someday soon for coming up on 4 years now. I'm sure it's gonna happen anytime now.
The activity to sound a little less enthused.
Oh, terribly sorry. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis. But whatever she thinks isn't for me. But... oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away. Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. Even the hot coal walks weren't buoying her spirits as they usually do. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
What?
Oh, you must have misheard me. I said high profile, not had profile. Mr. Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day. At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I was here at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet. Who will, I'm sure, reward me for my sacrifice. Eventually.
That's all for now.
Certainly. I noticed the Prophet dragging something, a bundle, away from the retreat after that high-profile guest arrived. Normally, I'm the one who does her laundry, so it was strange. Especially because whatever she was dragging seemed oddly human-shaped. I could have, but I generally don't have the time or energy to lead the Prophet hasn't been herself lately. But if I misinterpreted the situation and reported her in I think so.
Timeline discrepancy.
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
You know, the inspector.
Certainly, certainly. But first, I'd love to interest you in one of my productivity seminars. We'll free you of those potential hampering humors in a heartbeat.
You are a hack?
Absolutely not. Any statements by Ms. Helen about us were blown out of proportion and altered by the media. In fact, she quite recently... excuse me. I seem to be remembering something that never happened. With that said, I'd love to involve you in one of my We offer a wide variety of seminars for all your corporate needs. Employees not working hard enough? Employees dying too often? It's most likely your managerial humors. And of course, seminars for balancing the energies of your business offices. Interior decorating is much more important for success. If any of this sounds at all interesting. Boring? Well, yes, I imagine the entirety of someone else's livelihood may not be wholly interesting. Oh? I'm surprised. I wouldn't think the two of us, we may have had some terse interactions before her death, which I most certainly regret. What would you care to...
I didn't get a lot here, Duke.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The media. However, I certainly wouldn't sharpen any sabers over it, if that's what you mean to imply. I only do that when my clients skimp on their bills.
Did you contact Helen after she left the Grand Colonial?
I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I had no interest in attempting to convert a stubborn actress. Why would I have had any cause to engage with her further?
Where were you at the time of her murder?
Why, I've been at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for quite some time now, as my disciples can attest. In fact, I haven't visited the Colonial since I arrived several weeks ago. Bad energies. You understand. I hope...
Analysis suggests this to be a variety of verb. Warning. Side effects from extended exposure include dizziness, nausea, and unconsciousness. Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effect, whether or not this increased effectiveness. Analyzing. Complete. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil.
The prophet says to...
Prophet. I've talked with my agents and they told me about what I said about your seminars. I've taken them. Actually, you lost about 30% of your revenue for the next 3 months, with future losses projected. When I said I wasn't much interested in attending, I didn't actually realize that it hit you quite hard as it did. Guess that's the price of stardom. I'll be willing to sense a little extra to everything you said. I'm hoping you've got space, that I might be able to attend one of your sessions today, as a means of apologizing. I know that notice is short, but I'm hoping you can fit me in without too much inconvenience. Hey Prophet, Whitaker here. To ask how the mix of herbs I sent you worked out. I was skeptical at first about using them for medicational purposes, but hell, what do I know about productivity? That said, be sure to remember what I told you. Don't cut the herbs asymmetrically and press the texture. Oh boy, kill. Prophet, the other attendees have tripling profits through transcendentalism, and I have convened we're all in agreement because seminars are simply top notch. We've seen a 0.5% increase in each of our businesses and total profits since we attended your seminar together. Of course, with the price of materials, shipping, and other costs involved. It boils on to more of a 1% increase, but an increase is an increase. If you ever decide to visit the Grand Colonial, you simply must let us purchase you a round of drinks. Thanks to you, we certainly have the bits for it. Oh boy.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Identifying human footprints leading out into the wilderness. Scanning. No. Judging by footprint depressions and shoe size, these prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints... Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Judging by the shape of this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a number of hours, scanning for other details. Only additional...
Doesn't get optimal quiet, there's numbers of the body torn apart.
Agreed. Likely theory, individual injured was... Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability.
That little bug in that bottom of the bottle.
Welcome. I'm pleased that you... The compound they're treated with is my own invention, designed to unlock an individual... None of my clients have ever complained. Yes, that's correct. She made it clear...
Don't know about attending a session.
Well, I suppose that does complicate things. Whatever the case, I didn't care to mention Helen's change in decision because she never showed up.
Followed your trail, you dumped something in the wilderness.
Oh, really? What did you find there? What did I dump?
You certainly made some bad decisions. Fess up. Body.
Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her, though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead.
But she probably
After that, I
came back
entered
alive,
a
ran,
less
then
than
got shot.
coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
The wilderness and dumped the body in the Grand Colonial? You sure Helen was dead?
I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. Usually my customers at least writhe or mumble after. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness, but I suppose they must have been enough to do her in if her constitution was truly that weak.
I don't think that you killed anybody, so I know Helen. That's a bit strange. I still don't believe you killed Helen.
Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things, but I think corpses are perhaps too... Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. I could...
Actually, I don't think you killed her then, certainly not Helen.
What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it?
How did anybody else find the Grand Colonial? She was killed there. Look, if Helen's body wasn't where you left it, she must have reawakened and walked away. Just be completely negligent.
No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. One of my business rivals, waiting for me to fall into a false sense of...
God.
I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie.
Oh, you self-obsessed idiots.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? Ha! Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned.
You're up to the wall. I'm not getting consequences in prison here. Option.
Even if you think I'm mad, it doesn't matter. None of this does. Yes.
Psychopaths. She a little cray-cray.
She said I must burn away.
Inspector?
I'll enter Jasmine, leave the profit of profitability.
Ms. Leyva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. The profit business has been profitable for the hotel. Not so much for Ms. Leyva's followers. So, tell...
I think she's a fraud and a cheat.
She wants to be arrested. That's not the kind of behavior I expect from a suspect. Perhaps she's carrying a guilty conscience. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murderer?
Maybe she needs to be detained until I'm done my investigation. I'm still considering my options, but no. She didn't.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you for the update, Inspector. I'll include everything you've told me in my official report. Oh, and let me give you some advice. Look into Cedric Kincannon. He's hiding something. I'm sure of it.
Shelter Perius baseball. What about the Mr. Special?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand.
You hurt me, Lou.
Please don't call me Lou. I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service, I think. Such as?
Bertie convinced him to bring into my room. Did you know about this?
I most certainly did not. My policy toward Eridanos is one of, shall we say, benign negligence. I keep my distance, and in any case, let me apologize for... Was there anything?
Okay.
What floor would... To the lobby.
I left her eyes open. Halcyon, Helen. Why couldn't they close your eyes at least? Give you some level of dignity.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
Okay, let's hear it.
Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being...
I'm sure it wasn't hotel food.
Conversations with Mr. Woolrich tend to spontaneously transform into monologues. You'll find him on the VIP guest floor. I'd best return to work, Inspector. Autopsies always wet my...
The Grand Colonial. How may I?
They had access to the VIP guest floor.
I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority.
That's right. The only guess you'd have a problem with being up there. It looked like you dropped these.
Oh, how careless of me. Actually, that's not the only way I was careless. I just remembered you have VIP access rights.
You deserve this money. You guys are treated like crap anyway in the basement.
Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access. Done. You can now...
Thank you.
What? If you see Black Hole Birdie...
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to wait, you've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology.
Huh? Human being.
How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust. Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man. Oh no, this is curious.
Name's Halcyon, I'm a ship captain.
And yet you found your way to my humble hotel room. Now, what shall I sign first? Your weapon? Your what?
Bet you signed this.
I'd be delighted. Oh, damn. My pen's out of ink. By the by, how did... Oh. Terribly sorry, Inspector. I didn't realize it was you. You know, now that I look at you, you're the perfect reflect. Ask me anything at all. I might even...
Yeah, keep them there.
Certainly. How...
Just poison and shot the plot.
How awful. Whoever did this must have been quite heartless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come now, Inspector. What? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower. I was meditating. Respectfully, Inspector, it is rather... All actors have their method. She taught me it for my role in The Unemployed Cometh. I had to lie face down on artificially heated pavement. Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour... Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The Unemployed Cometh was shot on site. That makes it... I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really... Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think... In fact, I cannot name a single role in the last 10 years that did not involve her in some way, unless you count the uncredited silent shopkeep on Melissa's Meteoroids. Oh, it wasn't. And don't think I haven't picked up on your tone. Resenting Bellamy is one thing, but killing her is another. I suppose... Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef? None that I can think of. Is that a jibe? Could you imagine the tabloid headlines? Spencer Woolrich, Aetherwave star, spotted in gastronomic distress. Oh, unseemly hardly describes the half of it. How alarming! Whoever targeted her was certainly targeting me. I can only thank my ironclad constitution that I'm standing here. Oh, that's very good to know. Perhaps the poisoner simply meant to incapacitate. Very well. Go, but I'm sure you're joking. Perhaps I'm not in... You think...
What floor would... To the lobby.
Yes? Are you here for the double rack of smoked...
Don't know what food because of the crime that just occurred.
You're the inspector? Here? Of course I did. I would never allow anyone else to touch the meals of so important a guest.
Our last meal was poison.
Oh my lord, this is the end, isn't it? My mother always warned me that the culinary world was too dangerous, but I didn't heed her warning. Okay, I wasn't the one who did it, but I might have been mistaken. Spencer Woolrich and Bellhop Owens were underfoot in the kitchen as I was preparing Helen's meal. Either one of them could have tampered with the food when I was fetching ingredients. I understand your reluctance, but... Constable Keene has access to the security footage in her office at the spaceport. If you visit her, you... Well, it's a breach of professionalism. What? Truly? That's an alarming business oversight. Instead of volatile chemicals, the corporations should put barbiturates in everything. Everyone likes barbiturates. But I don't believe... I may have taken some time to engage in a teensy... Yes, but not specifically. Owens often procures exotic ingredients from... Let's not talk about the incident with the rap. It's always hard to say when Owens might be back. If I were you... Mr. Wool, while I could have... Thank you.